Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel dedicated to 1 to 144 aircraft model kit building. As I changed the text to speech provider, the voice will not be the same as in previous videos. Today, I chose to make the Bombardier CRJ 700 from Big Planes kits at 1 to 144 scale. The kit was first released in 2018 with liveries for either American Eagle or Delta connection. I am presenting you a full build slideshow of the kit building. The kit is numbered 14408. I selected to make the Delta connection version of with the registration November 642 Charlie Alpha. As per planespotters.net, the plane was fabricated in Bombardier's factory in Montreal, Quebec, and delivered new to Comair in December 2003. Comair flew the plane on behalf of Delta Connection up to September 2012. From that date up to the end of 2019, it was still flew on behalf of Delta Connection, but this time by GoJet. It was then acquired by Sky West Leasing in January 2020, and re-registered as November 523 Golf Juliet. It is still flying for United Express to this day. The kit comes bagged, with decals on a separate sheet in the box, masks for the cockpit and the side windows as the fuselage is made of transparent plastic. Photo-etched parts are also in the kit for small details. The kit also contains resin parts for the engines. Nevertheless, even though it is finely molded, there are some injection defects on the main landing gear and the left wing. It will be corrected later. The level of details is impressive for such a small kit. As an example, rivets for inspection holes covers are visible on the vertical stabilizer. It is time to start mantling the cockpit. For the colors, I used photos of a real CRJ 700 cockpit available on the net. The dark gray color was done using Revell's Aquacolor 74, the beige seat cover is a mixture of white and sand. The upper side of the dashboard is painted in matte black, decals are then placed and fixed with Tamiya's strong fit. Circuit breakers on the back panels, levers and FCM on the central console, and the glass cockpit instruments on the front board, seats and the board are then glued to finish the cockpit mantling. In the meantime, after the windows were masked, the same cockpit gray color was airbrushed in the inside of the fuselage. When the paint was dried, masking tapes were removed and the cockpit and the front landing gear bay were glued. 2 bolts embedded in plasticine were added as weight. The 2 halves of the fuselage could have been then glued together. The wings were mantled, and the defect on the left wing repaired with Revell's Plasto putty and sanding. I then built the engines. For the fan and the fan cones colors, I used photos of the actual aircraft. Fans were painted in glossy black and fan cones in Revell's Aquacolor 371, or gull gray. Wings and horizontal stabilizers were airbrushed using Revell's Aquacolor 371. Note the photo-etched parts used to make the gear bays covers. Photo-etched parts were also placed on the fuselage after putty and sanding is over. Masks were also placed on the cockpit and side windows. After the wing leading edges and navigation lights were painted, the wings and the horizontal stabilizer were glued to the fuselage. After masking the wings, a matte white primer and then a glossy white are airbrushed on the whole fuselage. Engines are also masked and painted the same way. When the fuselage white paint was dried, I masked the kit to paint the dark blue on the bottom of the fuselage, the sharklets and the tail. And this is when the blue paint was airbrushed. . I then removed all masks to reinstall ones around the window frame for it to be airbrushed in aluminum, Aquacolor 99. And that's the rendering. After decals are placed, engines, tires and horizontal stabilizers glued, a thin layer of varnish was sprayed, and the kit left for drying for 2 days. And here is the final result after some weathering using a homemade weathering paint. This kit will join my collection of 1 to 144 of CRJ by Big Plains kits. There is a CRJ 1000 in SAS livery, and 2 CRJ 700 in American Eagle, and now Delta Connection livery as well. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please don't forget to like or subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment to make this channel more visible on YouTube.